experience needed for internship. Says, I was invited to apply for an internship but have absolutely zero experience. The qualifications say things like ability to apply basic engineering, scientific, or physics principles to solve technical problems. And I've done the basic physics and math courses, but it's always just standard textbook problems. I've never really applied anything really. I've just done homework and tests that feel really detached from the real world. I'm in between community college and university, and will start at university in a few weeks, and definitely feel unqualified for anything, but I've always thought internships were the best way to learn. Should I go for the internship without feeling I meet the basic qualifications? Do you already have these skills already and I'm behind? How else could I get them? This is for summer 2024. Thanks. All right. So this was asked in January. So this is for summer 2024. Okay. Companies don't expect you to have a bunch of experience when coming in. If you went, I'm assuming that you've done some class projects. I know you said homework, but maybe if you've done some projects at school at all, that maybe you could put those on your resume, or any personal projects that you've done that demonstrate physics principles, or just anything that sounds engineering-y projects that you've done. Maybe throw those on your resume if you don't have any other work experience. But yeah, I had a section on my resume as an engineering student that was called engineering design experience, or something like that. And I had every single semester of college in my engineering program, we had to take a class called engineering design, where we did a project of some sort, where we applied a concept that we learned that year. And so I had a list of like 8 projects, and I would actually pick between different projects and highlight different ones based on the internship or job that I was applying for. And so maybe if you don't have any projects that you've done through school, then maybe pursue a personal project, look up some fun projects for engineering students on Google, and then do one. Like, oh, we did a project where we had to launch a water balloon and build our own catapult, and then we modeled it in MATLAB and modeled it in Excel, and it's just basically what kind of equation, basic physics mechanics equations. And so yeah, there's little things that you can do that just put something on your resume. Should you go for the internship without feeling you meet the basic qualifications? I'd say yes. I mean, first of all, you probably do meet those basic qualifications. Maybe you're being a little bit hard on yourself. And do we already have those skills and you're behind? I don't think so. Especially people likely just have those skills to the extent that they've been exposed to projects like that, or maybe they were in a rocket club or something in high school. But no, you're not behind. And just go ahead and apply to the internships and think about that question. Maybe do one personal project so that you can at least talk. And in an interview, you might get asked, what are some cool projects that you've done? Or they might ask about how you worked in a team with other people. So you maybe have an answer prepared for those basic interview questions, other interview questions to prepare for, what's the time you dealt with conflict and that stuff. But yeah, you should be able to talk about doing a project. And if you haven't done a project through school yet, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. But there is one thing that is a good piece of advice that somebody else said, and I'm just going to share it on the screen. Never let vague, meaningless job description lines stop you from trying something. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, I've applied for plenty of jobs where random lines that somebody from recruiting put on a piece of paper because they copied it from another job application were not something that I necessarily qualified for. Hey, just apply. There's nothing that should prevent you from applying for internships, and you were invited to apply. That's a good thing. So go ahead and apply. That person definitely thought that you were qualified. So go ahead and at least apply. All right. Next question.
I'm miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Now I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated. I cannot explain in layman's. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries. Thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify. They put me on the station.